About 5 years since he struggled with his public separation from his wife, and we last saw him nearly gone from our lives in a Las Vegas brothel. But make no mistake about it, Lamar Odom is back. It was announced he is on the new season of Celebrity Big Brother. Come on.
I saw that.
I used to fuck with Big Brother back in the day, actually.
Same. I used to watch it with my grandma. I didn't even know it was still on.
Yeah, my dad's side of the family fucks with Big Brother. We would always watch that when we'd go there in the summer.
Dude, I honestly don't even remember, like, what's the premise of? Isn't it like a game show of some sort?
It's like kind of like don't be a prick and like see if you can't. You live in a house with someone and it's just like, you know, scandalous relationships brew and people get in screaming matches that may or may not be scripted.
What, like, are there games or what?
Oh yeah, there's always got to be some challenges. Yeah, they come up with some fire challenges. CBS in general is just so like their programming has literal dust on it. It is so old. Ghosts. Who is watching Ghosts?
Oh my god, that show looks fucking brutal.
Wait. Isn't Big Brother the one where you can just go on like BigBrother.com and watch the cameras at all
24/7 live stream? Yeah, that's right.
That's trippy to me.
Ahead of its time.
We should do a Lamar Odom don't do crack challenge.
Yeah, something's gonna be awkward where everyone's kind of like looking at it. It's like, hey, never have I ever almost died, and they're looking at it. Lamar's like, sure. This was a legitimate headline from TMZ as we welcome back Austin. Kanye West is reportedly telling people that Pete Davidson has AIDS.
And I heard he's also telling people, yeah, he's gay as well. So
what are we doing there? You know, first he's buying the house next to Pete Davidson. It's not, he's showing up, he's getting escorted out by bodyguards at his kid's birthday party, but that wasn't enough. Now it's just, you know what? Pete Davidson has AIDS.
I want this to carry on as long as possible. Just see how far it takes it.
He also said yesterday that he does not fuck at all with NFTs.
Really?
I just Kanye, and I want to announce to the pod that I lost my non-fungible token virginity about an hour ago.
Oh my god! All right, well, we got to break away from that. Break away from this Donda news. Donda 2 coming out as well, reportedly months after Donda 1 was released. What did you do, Jack?
So I don't know. I probably should know more about it, but it was the most liked one on this NFT tracker website. It's not the one OmniSoul told me to buy. I'm still gonna buy that one tomorrow.
Really? You need a business partner? Or?
Yeah, but it's Bulldog Billionaires, and I made it my profile picture on Twitter already. But dude, I tried to do the NFT thing, and they're charging $3 a month for Twitter Blue.
Oh, really? You have to have Twitter Blue for the NFT Pro Pick?
Yeah, so I just screenshotted it, but yeah. So hey, I don't really know, you. But I had to start
this
somewhere.
Is sick.
And I think I'm gonna get addicted to it. And
okay, all right. Can we get into the weeds? What'd you buy it for, and what are you hoping for?
So I mean they were for one soul, which is like $100.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. I was talking to Austin earlier, and I think I'm just gonna hold it and see what happens. So,
yeah, that's sweet. Does the price go up and down daily? Kind of like the market?
Yeah.
So I also bought my first NFT a couple months ago.
I gotta get in.
It was the stupid fucking ape that Takeoff. It was Takeoff's ape. They're called Apes in Space. And the whole shtick was that he's picking one person to go to space with him.
Right. It's what I didn't realize about NFTs until I listened to the Full Send podcast with Gary B, which was fascinating. Just listening to that guy talk is just awesome. But I didn't realize it's not just like having paintings, where it's like, I have fuck you money. This is a collectible paintings, trading cards. It's also a digital pass to exclusive perks, like how the Nelk Boys are it's like a club. You get first in. You're one of our loyalists for future projects. Like that's what I think is super cool about it.
Yeah, I wish I was a bigger Migos fan because I'm sure it'll have usage in the future.
Right, like, hey, VIP concert, you get to chill at the nightclub front row.
Yeah, like Gary V's is really cool, I think, with like his V.
Dude, he's
his
coming to
VCon and stuff like
Minneapolis.
that. Yeah, it's at that the big arena there, I think.
Yeah, US Bank, VCon. But I was like, shit, I'm about to go, and I realized I can't. It's probably I needed this NFT, right, to go to that, I think.
He's doing a V Friends round 2 in April. So maybe you can get your hands on one. Yeah.
Dude, his NFTs and Full Send NFT, we should have bought those. I mean, I don't know why the fuck I bought Takeoff's ape.
Dude, apparently,
Wait, did Takeoff decide who he's taking to space yet?
Yeah, the rarest ape there is.
Fuck.
And they also like bought land in the metaverse, but they're only letting like 10% of people join in.
I saw sales of real estate in the metaverse are up to 500 million now, and it's just going to keep going up. It's doubled.
Plus, there's speaking of the metaverse, isn't there 2 metaverses? There's Sandbox and then the other one.
Yeah, and I think Facebook's trying to get in that game where they're trying to be their own, right? And then that's going to be the new competition. That's going to be the new oil race, whatever. I can't stop looking at this NFT, Jack. This is a nice pick.
Is there finite space in the metaverse, or does it go on forever?
dude, this Sandbox.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, there's finite space.
Yeah, like that's the thing too. You would think conceptually that it's infinite, but there isn't.
Dude, the Sandbox is only at $4 a share right now. Maybe we should get in on that.
That's what I'm saying.
When people say the metaverse, like you don't even know which one they're talking about.
I think it's just a concept at this point. Like we're talking about it, but then it's like the metaverse, I think, is going to be a tangible thing once everyone gets closer to having an Oculus, and then it's just like, oh, you're not in the metaverse. There's people where, I don't know, it's just going to be more developed. I feel like we're still in the basic infancy stages. I feel like the four of us are just a little bit more like we've, been following this. There are still people that don't even know what the word means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, all my net worth is in crypto. I've lost half of it in the last month, but I still don't know anything. So,
Hey, a little bit of a rally here last 2 days. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Spotify and Joe Rogan controversy. Joni Mitchell now joins Neil Young taking her music off Spotify. Who? And then Niles Lofgren. Here's what's crazy though is Spotify was going, do it. And these guys lost 60% of their revenue. Like, I understand, hey, you're fighting for something, but I understand Joe Rogan too. He didn't want this. He's a comedian that has a podcast and he has the biggest following ever. He's the kingpin. So everyone's going to hear his shit. And there's all of a sudden this expectation for him to just be, hey, no, you have to be our Lord and Savior. I don't understand it. It's crazy.
I don't even know if you'd consider him a comedian, would you?
I think he considers himself a comedian. He went through stand-up, but he's done a little. I don't know what
Joe
he would
Rogan?
consider himself. Yeah.
What? He's coming to do stand-up in Dallas in April.
What?
Yeah.
Like he's an MMA guy. I consider him a podcaster. I still hold that he's Fear Factor host.
I
that was the
forgot
go.
about
But whenever I watch a podcast of them, he's just talking like seriously. Like I've never seen him crack a joke.
Yeah, it's almost like he turned into this kind of pariah. And it's funny because it's all about his curiosity. Like he's having smart people on, or just people that are going to kind of, maybe it's an echo chamber, but that's his podcast. So I mean, who knows?
He'll crack him when he has like Tim Dillon on. That episode's pretty funny, like a couple jokes, but. Yeah,
it's hilarious. Yeah.
Well, that's what's interesting too is Spotify. That's what they gave him all that money, and now this is exactly what he was worried about. Was he didn't want to have like creative control kind of taken away from him. But what else is Spotify going to do? Their stock price is tanking because they don't want this bad publicity. They don't want more. They're lucky it's Joni Mitchell. They don't want fucking Drake saying, "Hey, I'm leaving," because that would be like shit.
But like he's not like pressuring people to not take the vaccine, right? He's just like saying what his opinion is.
They're saying he's spreading misinformation.
He's having controversial people on, and people are arguing, hey, this dude gets 5 million listens a month. That's dangerous.
Yeah,
which is true.
He had 2 different doctors on that don't go against the grain of like what all these other doctors think about COVID. And like there's arguments that they're some of the most published studied doctors ever, but then other people say that like this, like thousands of scientists petitioned to Spotify that like they're wrong and that it should be taken off. So, but he's literally just talking to them. He's not like telling anyone to not. But
right, exactly. He's almost just being arbiter for it. But again, it's just the platform comes with the responsibility.
He's had so many people on, like hundreds and hundreds. He's had crazy people on there.
He made podcasting popular. He's done like 1,200 episodes, and they're all like 4 hours long. I don't understand how he does that.
Yeah. I tried to listen to the one a while back where he had the dude on who swears he got abducted by aliens in the 70s.
Right.
And
I
that
want to
is
talk
like,
to that guy. We got to put a
like,
word in there.
I feel like Joe Rogan is even like, dude, this is such fucking bullshit. Like listening to the way he talks to him, like the shit he asks him, it's just like, what the fuck?
I mean, shit, he talked to Kanye too. I mean, that was one of his more famous episodes.
But like with all the people that he's had on that like are just crazy and say absurd stuff, as soon as it's about that vaccine, people revolt.
Exactly.
It's like let him just talk it out with people. If you don't like it, don't listen to him.
Well, he's also had the people on who are super pro vaccine,
right?
Like Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah, he had Gupta on. And dude, it's like, good Lord. I mean, we're at a place where it's like, everything is weaponized because like, I don't know who, everyone's just a hypocrite. You had the governor of California just hanging out like there was no tomorrow, even though his entire, state is mask mandate. And he's just hand gladding everyone at the fucking NFC title game. It's like, dude, what?
I saw someone, he took a picture with Magic Johnson. And someone was like, this dude can stand here with an AIDS positive fucking person, but he has to but 6-year-olds get expelled from school in his state because they don't wear a mask. And someone quoted it and goes, does it look like his dick is in his ass right now because AIDS is transmitted through sex, not through the air? So like this dude's tweet looked pretty stupid because he's like, it said, are they having raw sex right now? That's what the quote is. Because like he like is not having a good image doing that, but like that's pretty funny that you can't get AIDS through the air. So like
everyone, that's a little bit of a reach. That's funny as fuck though.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Tom Brady memes, like the retirement memes yet?
No, what?
It's like, I would just like to thank all my, players. I couldn't have done it without you. And there's a fly ball to deep left.
That shit's crazy. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the NFL later. But yeah, it was Tom Brady. I mean, it was just Brian Flores literally said, first of all, the fact that Bill Belichick fucked up, like that is the funniest part of all of this is like, yeah, we all kind of knew this was going on. It's sickening, but no one really spoke about it. And until Bill literally not being able to distinguish, just because he's old, not being able to distinguish between two Brians, and the fact that why are the Bills parading to everyone, hey, we've got our guy, like they're laughing in the face of the rule saying, hey, we got this guy, but we still have to interview Brian Flores because
I'm lost. What are you talking about?
Brian Flores who's the ex-Dolphins coach, is suing the NFL for being racist against coaches because there's only like one black
because Brian Flores interviewed for the New York Giants head coach job along with Brian what's his last name?
Dable from the Bills, yeah. White guy versus black guy, essentially.
And basically the white Brian got it, and Bill Belichick meant to text the white Brian, but accidentally texted the black Brian, like, congrats.
Yeah, congrats. I heard, and the black Brian Flores was like, huh? He's like, I heard you got it. And then Brian Flores starts to realize, he goes, wait, Bill, who do you think you're talking to right now? And he goes, my bad on that. My bad on that. Thought it was Brian. And Brian Flores just goes, thanks, Bill.
So then Brian sued the NFL, right?
Now he's suing the NFL, yeah.
Now he has the proof because Belichick texted him congrats before Brian Flores' interview. So it's just like,
Oh no!
Oh,
So it's just like, hey, they had to.
They
You have
gave the
to-
white Brian the head coach job before they even
but they
interviewed
and they're
Brian.
telling Bill Belichick about it. What? How does Bill know before everyone? That's a division rival. And the Giants are just, hey, yeah, we got this other guy, but we still got to fucking interview Brian Flores. That's super shitty. That guy just sat through questions for probably 4 hours, even though they knew before he was walking in, he wasn't getting the job.
I think it's funny thinking of Bill Belichick congratulating someone. Like
I
he
saw the
probably
funniest
uses
thing.
so many periods.
The funniest thing I saw was like, oh my God, did he mean to text Adam Sandler that Tom Brady retired, not Adam Schefter? And it was just like, it's crazy. Because now, Brian Flores is not, here's what's going to happen is this is crazy and hopefully it wakes people's eyes up and there is real change. But what's probably going to happen is the NFL is going to squash it and then everyone's going to cheer on Super Bowl Sunday in 2 weeks. But that was a bombshell today.
I don't want to get too into sports, but do you think it was classless of Schefter to break the news before Brady did?
That's how he makes his money. That's how he's about to. Brady was probably like, dude, fuck you. And then literally 1 day later, he retires. Okay, great. It was unfortunate he can't go out on his own way, but that's the name of the game. That's why Schefter, who's about to be a free agent from ESPN, is going to get paid like 10 mil by Caesars or like the sports betting things. Because now the information and the fastest to the information is so valuable, especially to sports betting and the line movement and all that. Those guys are going to get their bag. Schefter, Shams, Woj, etc.
What if Schefter went to like Barstool Sports or something?
That's the name of the game is like hiring top talent.
Schefter's not funny enough to go to Barstool.
He would.
Watching him,
thinks he's too credible. Yeah.
So is Gronk going to retire this week?
I would think so, but the word is Aaron Rodgers going to Tampa?
No way.
What do you think?
Wow.
All right, one last sports thing, then we promise we're done. Professional pillow fighting. Have you guys seen this?
I did. Yeah.
This video is insane. I don't understand.
It's real.
It's real. You're in an octagon, literally like these guys are in uniform, just whacking each other with pillows.
Is it one-on-one or is it a team sport?
One-on-one, but I think team sport should be in its future.
Okay. They look like thick pillows too.
Yeah, like it looks painful. Like
so, like, are there
the fabric of those? Like, you catch one the wrong way, it leaves a little rug burn on you.
Dude,
are there knockouts or do like judges score it?
I think both. Could you imagine getting knocked out with a pillow? Like I definitely think Francis Ngannou could kill me with a pillow, but like it's got to be pretty hard.
Dude, we should do a Wingin It version of Rough and Rowdy, but it's pillow fighting.
Yeah, wait a second. That'd be great. A little round robin pillow fight between you guys down in Dallas.
That's a little pausey, dude. Come on.
Not if we use the heavy pillows. It's probably like someone's getting their teeth knocked out if we do that.
I'm not posting Wingin It pillow fight on my Instagram.
Saturday night. Yeah, come hang live. Pillow fights.
All right, yeah, that's a pause. Never mind.
Well, pause, major pause. So that got me thinking it's been noted on this podcast that I think I'm Spider-Man. Like, how can I tell that I have crazy reflexes? How could I test that? I kid you not. There was literally a chapstick moved a millimeter today and my arm just shot out and caught it before it fell on the desk, like 5 feet away, just not even looking. But I don't know what the test for that is.
You need a camera in your room to have some proof of these.
I'm turning my house into the Big Brother house, just a 24/7 live stream.
Dylan, did you ever play Fortnite? We're back into it,
dude. I was so bad. Like I would lose friendships if I was playing Fortnite with people because I'm so bad at shooting games.
It's Spider-Man themed now.
Yeah, they have Spidey webs that you can pick up and literally fly across the map.
Why is it making a comeback?
Because it's heat.
It's just back. Yeah, I remember it was a phenomenon, and then it kind of. Yeah.
This is the first year I've gotten into it, and like I used to be kind of like you. I would be afraid to play with people because I was so bad that I would only play solo. And I finally got a little bit good enough that I can play with people, and it's fun.
Yeah. That's crazy how that's like, here's the thing is like you saw that Sony that bought Microsoft bought Activision and Sony just bought someone else. Who makes Fortnite? Because that's got to be one of the most valuable companies out there.
Epic Games.
Epic Game. Wow. All right. Square
Well,
Enix is still out there.
What we were talking about the other day that's crazy is all like the real like music and dances they're allowed to
Yeah,
have.
they have like Polo G and like Juice World songs, like Tootsie Slide by Drake and like Doja Cat. There's so much real music in it.
We lost the other day, and this dude hit the gritty on us.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that, like how much revenue the artists actually get.
Right. Seriously.
They're buying it.
There was a Farmers Insurance. So the Farmers Insurance Open was this weekend out at Torrey Pines. They had a robot that they were like kind of showing off and debuting. Literally looked like the robot from Black Mirror, like the dog kind of thing. And it was just like Jim Nantz, who was like in his 60s or 70s, is announcing this robot. And it has to be like freaked out a little bit as it's just walking around, the goddamn golf course. But what they're using it for is like catastrophe claims. So like people don't have to go out to sites anymore if it's too dangerous. It'll just be this fucking robot dog taking photos of everything.
Wait, what do you mean catastrophe claims?
Like hurricanes, fires, earthquakes, because Farmers Insurance.
Oh, okay.
But like RIP another job. Now we just have a goddamn robot going to assess the damage instead of fucking Steve or, the guy in the cubicle down the goddamn aisle.
That kind of reminds me of this technology that Jake Liefeld was telling me about, where he basically walks around the building and he uploads it to his computer and it builds a 3D model for him just by like seeing what's around.
That's pretty crazy. Like
Isn't that
3D printing. Yeah.
Dude, I'm still shook when McDonald's went from, and they still haven't kind of fully implemented it, but where they have like you just put your you just walk up to a freaking vestibule and you put in your order. You don't have to talk to someone anymore.
They have that at Panera. Every Panera, you type it in yourself.
What are you laughing at, the word vestibule?
No, just like they've started to get that at hella places. I feel
I
just
know,
thought it
like,
was
that's
funny that you compared like a self-ordering thing at McDonald's to a 3D mapping.
I feel like that's
I didn't get the comparison.
I feel like that's the Minnesota dad in you.
I don't know. It's just like one day you're just gonna walk in there and it's just gonna be those machines and your food.
Dude, so okay, yeah. Actually, apparently, Steak and Shake is doing a rebrand that they're literally only gonna have cooks in there, and you're gonna walk up to the counter and it's only gonna be those. They're like rebranding the entire thing, and it'll only be cooks, and then you walk up to the window and get it.
That takes away the
probably
gem.
get better service.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That takes away the gem that was Steak and Shake, was just interacting with the night waitress or the night server.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady who was like a half asleep taking your order.
Yeah.
I put my beer in the freezer of Steak and Shake.
That was great.
I'm starting to get.
We should have bought a Steak and Shake for 10 grand.
We would have lost all our fucking money. That is just like
on sale right now. We still could.
how hard that brand fell. That used to be a fucking classic, and now it's like shuttered up, and now
Dude,
they just have cooks.
There's one 15 minutes from us, and Brendan doesn't think it's worth the drive to go.
It's 20 minutes.
20 minutes. I think we should go.
I miss it. I mean, because it's been a while. When we were in St. Louis, it was like, it got old, right? But now that I'm away, I have to get Lion's Choice whenever I'm back.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm starting to get worried about the Uncharted movie.
Why?
Too much advertising. I'm seeing the same clip a little too many times of him. I know that's in the game where he's jumping from midair to midair crate, but Mark Wahlberg cracking a joke about his mustache. I don't know. I like word of mouth a little better than kind of just seeing the same shit over and over. And I was like, it makes me worried because I hope it's good, and I worry it's going to just be kind of cheesy.
It kind of reminds me of the new Rock movie on Netflix that like was terrible.
What was it? I mean, The Rock does so many things now.
Do you remember what it was called, Jack?
Wasn't it like Red Notice or something?
Red Notice.
Yeah.
Red Notice.
I read yesterday that apparently, I don't know if it was Activision, I guess someone approached The Rock and asked him to star in a new Call of Duty movie, or apparently it's in the works or something like that.
I could get
No
behind
one
that.
knows like which Call of Duty it's based off of, but I just can't imagine that'll be good.
I'm remembering the campaign that we all know. Isn't it like Bones or whatever? Bones and the Scottish guy, Captain Price. I can't even...
Soap.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's
Soap McTavish.
Yes. That's a chance to be good.
Yeah.
Has The Rock ever done a different movie than like the big superhero guy?
The Game Plan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't he have one like bad babysitter or something?
Isn't that Vin Diesel?
The pacifier is Vin Diesel.
Pacifier.
But the Game Plan's heat, dude. He's like a pro football player with Madison Pettis. He lives in a state apartment.
Maybe I'll have to check it out. Brendan, do we have a cold shower update? I was thinking about it the other day. I can't do it. There's nothing like a
dude. I took one cold shower and I turned the water on cold and I stood outside the shower for like probably 4 or 5 minutes because like I hate cold water.
Preparing.
And I got in and I tried to get out as quick as I fucking could. And it was pretty brutal. And I turned the water off. And then I fucking realized I forgot to wash my hair. I had to turn the water back on to wash my hair. And I was honestly in like underneath the water for probably no more than 1:30 seconds. And I would say maybe it would like I felt more like aware, or not aware, but just like it definitely woke me up.
Right.
I felt alert. But other
You're like,
than that,
oh shit. Yeah.
I don't think that the benefits outweighed the consequences.
Right. That sounds like a nightmare.
Did you guys talk about this on the previous one?
Alex was kind of saying that's one of his New Year's resolutions was he's doing cold showers. I couldn't believe it, but Brendan gave it a test try.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah, apparently morning workouts and cold showers like change your whole mentality.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because I recently saw something that said cold showers give you dopamine levels all the way up to like the same levels of cocaine, but it's spread out over like 4 hours after.
Really?
Well, I don't know if I felt that way.
I might give it. I might give it a Tesco this week sometime, but I'm already regretting it. New York Times, 19 for 19, I think, Wordle. Have you guys been keeping up with Wordle?
Yes, I did. They bought Wordle for 7 figures.
Yeah, low 7 figures. No, New York Times. Think about the guy who created that.
I saw that he created it as a way to just entertain his bored girlfriend.
Yeah, like just created a website, with a little code.
It's such a simple, like there cannot be that much coding that goes into it at all.
And a word a day. Sold it for that dude got his bag, but now it's so New York Times, it'll remain free from now once it goes behind the New York Times paywall, which is smart on their part. I'm so close to get to paying for the New York Times because they do great work. I'm so close, but this might do it for some people, Oh, hey, Wordle. Yeah. All right. That'll get you to do the $2 a month or whatever.
Dude, I fucking hate when you go on like when there's an article on like Twitter and it's on like Business Insider or Forbes.
Yeah. It's the paywall.
Click it and it's the paywall.
The worst.
Speaking of, did Business Insider ever drop that article on Dave Portnoy that they said they were going to recently?
Not the second one, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I know, obviously they did the first one, but
smart on Dave because he kind of ambushed them. He got out, which is a gamble, but he got out in front of it again and was just like, look, it is kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's there's so much misinformation, but like if he's just kind of getting attacked and this woman's kind of doing it because she knows it'll get clips and kind of feels like there's something there, but keeps trying to maybe attack it in an unethical way. I mean, shit, that could ruin your life with those accusations.
Yeah,
it's all fucked up. But real quick, back to Wordle. I have an app that you can just crank them out. You don't have to wait.
That's not the viral sensation though. That's what I was saying. Like I was trying to get you hype on Wordle. Like God, like a few weeks ago, and you sent me this app. I'm like, wait a second, I don't think this is it.
But why wouldn't you just get the app?
Because this one, the cool thing about it, and it's a silly competition, is there's one word a day. And it's kind of, I don't know what the longest streak is. I got to be getting close. I think I've seen like fucking 25 maybe or something. But, and then you just have to wait for the next day. And it's cool because everyone has the same word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everyone's challenging themselves. And then like, it's funny. There was one word a week or two ago that got everyone. I think it was Knoll, Knoll. Everyone lost. And I was like, that's not a fucking word. People are so pissed off.
So do you typically guess the same word first?
Yeah,
I
I always
do.
kind of one I always go with is fried. Like get a couple of vowels out there, see what I'm working with.
So
Yeah.
what I typically do is adieu. I think that's how you say it, but it's ADIEU. So it's got all
Ooh.
the vowels except O.
Yes. All
And
right,
then
that's
I'll
good
do
shit.
story, which is STR, the like main consonants or whatever.
Right.
And
Throw a
the
Y in
other
there
O,
too.
O and Y. Just some recommendation.
What are you at right now? You a little 19 for 19?
No, I mean
you're
I've
talking
never
about the app.
done. Yeah, on the app. I think my longest is like 17 or 18.
Dude, type in Wordle on your browser. Literally what it is. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll be hooked. But yeah, what was crazy was that dude just got his bag. He created something and sold out. Like low 7 figures. I mean, what would you sell that out? Like that was a viral sensation. I feel like people didn't really know that was for sale, right? The New York Times probably made a smart business decision, was like, hey, X amount of money we'll give you, and we'll take your game. What would you sell out for? Would low 7 figures get it done for you? What is that, like 3 million you're thinking?
I mean, yeah, I would, but
it's something so simple too.
I would have never thought that Wordle was worth that much.
Yeah.
For that guy.
I don't understand like apps can just rip it off. Like how does this guy own?
Yeah, but I mean, it's also just the brand name too.
And
like
the amount of clicks.
Talk about Wordle.
People tweet it every day.
The amount of clicks that this website is getting is like astronomical. So like even just his IP is like valuable. How valuable is this? Elon Jet on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
He literally uses public information to track when Elon Musk's private jet takes off and lands and where it lands. And it's a Twitter account just dedicated to this. Has almost 300,000 followers. Elon has reached out to him because he's like, hey, this is a security risk for me, dude. What the fuck? Offered him $5,000. I think it's been up to $50,000.
Well, yeah. So because he messaged him and he was like, not trying to get shot down by some crazy maniac. That's what Elon said. And then he offered him the 5. And then the kid goes, I think 50,000 would do a lot more towards my college education. That's what he responded.
Right. Dude, petty play.
I'd be asking for 7 figures. He could donate 8 figures and it would not make a dent.
Like, I mean, I was thinking like $50,000. Like, yeah, exactly. Like he's just being kind of, he's being a stiff negotiator here, but nearly 300,000 Twitter follows I thought we were doing like tens of thousands. Like I'd be negotiating up, close to that.
He'll end up paying too, though, because that is a risk. Someone could easily.
Right, exactly. If someone wanted Elon dead, like a private security fucking hitman guy.
So did Elon respond to the 50?
He said he'll think about it.
Yeah, so now he's playing hardball. He's like the offer's off the table, but he's still tweeting out his information.
But if it's public information, let's say he pays the guy $50,000. What's stopping someone else from making another account?
Yeah,
that's true.
True. I think it's kind of hard. Like this guy, like that's the thing. Like he's putting in a lot of work to try and track.
Yeah,
this
down. It's some like beta code or some shit that just takes public air traffic control things.
Right.
So, so there's a lot of coding that goes.
Like way over the head of like. I think
it's not like he's just like Googling like air traffic. Yeah.
My new thing is audiobooks because I'm driving so much for my job now. Because like it's crazy to think about. It's like fucking I went. You guys went to Mizzou, right? State college. How big is Mizzou? Undergrad wise
30,000, right?
I was gonna say 30,000. Yeah,
that's crazy. Bradley was like 3,000 people. Then I went to a city that was literally 3,000 people. I wouldn't even call it a city. It was a town, Rugby, North Dakota. Then Rapid City, which was 70,000, which is currently the suburb size that I live in Minneapolis right now. 70,000. It just doubled the size. It's crazy. But now it takes 40 minutes to go everywhere. And Audible is that fucking Amazon bought Audible, which is crazy too. But that's sick too, because it's like, there's I like a lot of podcasts, but there's a lot of podcasts I don't like to where I just can't put anything on, So now my new thing is audiobooks.
Yeah, I listened to Matthew McConaughey's book audio version with him talking.
I saw it. Was it any good?
I thought it was awesome, and with him narrating it,
Oh, that's
keep you
pretty cool.
entertained. Yeah, because his life was pretty crazy, like growing up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you in Dallas or in a Dallas suburb technically? Like, how does that work? Dallas? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know, Brendan, you got to get out of here. We'll wrap up with the tea with Jack D. Last thing I have from me, I think we have found someone more picky and plain than me. Al Michaels hasn't had a vegetable in his life.
What?
What?
How is he still alive? And that guy's, I don't think he's portly. Like, he's got a relatively slim figure. Like, how do you live doing that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Al Michaels is the NBC Sunday Night Football NFL play-by-play guy.
Did he admit this on live television, or?
I think he did a podcast or something, and he said he went as far as to say if asparagus juice is touching his steak, he'll send it back.
Oh, he's old too.
Yeah, he's like mid-70s. That dude is about to get paid by Amazon. He's about to be Amazon's about to get the Thursday Night Football package, and they're going to make him the lead broadcaster. Which is like, I mean, he's great, but it's like, hey, he's pretty damn old. Like you could tell, like there's sometimes where he gets a little confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably came so far. He's like, I cannot eat a vegetable.
Dude,
Yeah.
he called the Miracle on Ice.
What?
Yeah, like his career has been excellent, spanning decades. Like he's great. Wow. Shit, I wish I could work into my 70s without getting laughed at for, like, I don't know, being a doddering. I already feel like a doddering old fool sometimes when fucking how fast technology is moving now. All right, but I did figure out Zoom Pro, so we're good to go with the tea with Jack D here. Brent, thanks. You can dip whenever you have to get to.
I kept the tea pretty light this week. So we got Tom Brady, announcing the retirement.
Yeah,
on everyone's mind.
I guess shit, he should win MVP. Like, it had to have been. He just wasn't ready to do it anymore. He had to have just been done.
Yeah. Pfizer is requesting authorization of its vaccine for children ages 6 months to 5 years.
No one is gonna get that for this. No one.
People, I think there are like some really liberal people will.
Right.
But no one has gotten hurt from this.
Yeah, young kids aren't getting. I think the only reason they would is so, like, they don't want their grandparents to get it from the kid, because the kid could contract it and give it away. That's my only thing. But yeah, they're statistically not being harmed by COVID.
Yeah.
But Pfizer's got to get that stock price up.
Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are expecting a child.
Dude, that's an undercover power couple.
I was going to say, that's like power couple for real. And she's well along. She basically, like, she's about to pop.
I don't think it's I think people talk about it a lot.
Really?
I didn't even know they were together. I guess I kind of did. But,
yeah, guys are devastated. Like, all Twitter's like
Drake has to have a tough time, but he's got a kid of his own.
Yeah, someone tweeted, I know Drake's got to take care on right now.
Yeah. Drake's going to make Marvin's Room Part 2.
Yes.
There was another like detailed tweet that was like, I know Drake's throwing up crying in the bathroom right now with Adonis banging on the door, yelling at him in French, because he posted that video of him talking in French. Okay. We went through NYT Buys Wordle. Shaun White is returning for one final Winter Olympics. He's doing the half pipe. I thought he would finally be done.
He's pretty funny on TikTok too, or he does some cool videos, I think, of people shredding and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think his TikToks suck ass.
Maybe they do suck. Maybe I've just seen them and I just kind of threw just a fart of a sentence out there.
Well, he does reaction videos and he just says what they're doing while he's eating. Carrot.
Yeah.
Richard Jefferson does that too, and he's low-key kind of funny.
Richard Jefferson's hilarious.
Dude, when he fucking duetted Devin Reacts, I was weak.
I didn't see that one. I gotta look.
He was like, go on. It was like one of his, race baiting videos.
Yeah.
Jefferson was like, huh?
Biden said he will send troops to Eastern Europe, where the Ukraine-Russia shit's going down. So
It's here, bro. It's here. We haven't heard much this week, but who knows? Still, tensions are high.
yeah.
Yeah, do we know more details about that? Like, what's going on over there?
I think they're kind of just it's more power plays. They're just did you see that TikTok I sent where it was like, speaking of Fortnite, it was like, fuck tilted towers. We hitting Ukraine right now. And it's literally Russian. Like they were walking through the snow, like thousands of troops. And it's just like it's movement. It's kind of like, hey, we'll do it. It's like, they're hovering. They're like, hey, we'll fucking, and they're all backroom dealing, kind of working out different shit. But who knows? I mean, like, God, it's like there was a shooting here in South Minneapolis today. There was a shooting at a school. Those bomb threats at historically black colleges, like just randomly this past year. It's crazy. I mean, the world everywhere is just a shit show right now.
So Ukraine are our allies, I'm guessing.
We're like protecting them because if Russia all of a sudden says Ukraine, nah, that threatens then China would just take Taiwan.
We're trying to keep the peace.
Yeah,
we're trying to keep it kosher over there.
Right. We're trying to avoid the Soviet Union again, kind of. Yeah. And Putin's basically saying he's seeing, Biden, an old fart, not be able to work Zoom. And he's like, hey, maybe power's for the taking right now.
Yeah. Putin's playing chess right now while Biden's playing fucking like tic-tac-toe.
Dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
he's putting the shapes in the fucking blocks.
Yeah, and he's putting the fucking square in the circle. Winging It trip to Denmark. They lifted everything. Wow. No more COVID there. See ya.
What is Denmark? I mean, I'm all for fucking flying overseas. What is Denmark about, though? I don't know.
I don't know, but it'd be sweet to go somewhere and not have to fucking hear about it.
I'll look at flights.
Yeah. This was kind of a slap in the face to Joe Exotic. He appealed his sentence. His sentence was 22 years. And the judge, he has cancer, by the way. The judge sentenced him to 21 years. So she shaved a year off. Come on.
That's cold.
You guys gotta watch Tiger King 2.
Are you serious? Okay, maybe I have to watch it. I've been laughing at these guys.
Did we watch it together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, long story short, he deserves to get out like right now.
Does he? I don't know. I guess it kind of, but it definitely the second part, I guess, does lead you to believe that.
Dude, the end of season 2, everybody starts confessing that it was them and not him.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Dude, that one dude in it is fucking hilarious. Who's like
the dude who cusses
fun
all the time.
It's season 2.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm putting it on the list. Good God, Euphoria, Sunday night. What are some thoughts there?
Interesting episode.
Oh my, that was God, I went to the conspiracy theory of who's the third kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
wait.
Someone tweeted we found out worst day ever. We found out Rihanna's pregnant. We watched Zendaya fake get her box punched in the same night.
Oh, it was a graphic episode. It was the biggest monologue. Just has this dude's dick hanging out the entire time as he's pissing all over.
That was such a long monologue too.
I heard it was powerful. I heard the funniest thing where it's like, why does HBO have like an over under on penises they have to show nowadays? For their content?
Yeah.
They're hammering the over.
All right, then all I got left is that they're dropping the new posters for Batman, and the trailer looks sweet, and it comes out in a month. And there's a new. I actually watched the Neymar documentary the other day, and it is sick for people who
on Netflix.
Yeah, you have to watch it in the English, like dubbed, because it's in.
Oh, okay.
But it's still pretty interesting because I didn't realize how much people fucking hate his ass, but
they thought he was like a problem child, didn't they?
Yeah, but he was like cold at soccer, and then his dad is just like that biggest controlling dude who still like is his manager. Like it's pretty interesting his life.
Oh.
You'd probably think it is interesting, Dylan.
I would check that out. Yeah, I'm excited for that PGA Tour series too. That's lit. All right, appreciate you guys. Welcome back, Austin. Good to get you back here. Jack, Brennan just signed off. We'll talk to you guys next week. Alex will join us as well.